Hello, today I'll show you how to make a dino-like game in Scratch. As you can see, this looks like a dino game. And if I jump, the game will start. Now, there will be the points here, and if I die, it will show the high score. And then you can do it over and over. So let's get started. First, delete the cat and paint a sprite. Name it Player. Then, use the box tool, make the fill a nice gray color, something like this, and make the outline thicker. Now, with this, make it a good size, and then use the line tool to create the eyes. And now that is done, go into stage, use the box tool, make sure there's no outline, and make the fill a nice, very light gray color, like this. Now, back in Player, do this, and then make it go back to have this outline. And name this idle. Now duplicate this, name it move, select the eyes, shift it to the right. Then duplicate this one more time, name it hitbox, delete this and the eyes. Now, when green flag is clicked, go to front layer, then create two new variables named high score for all sprites and ground level for all sprites. Set ground level and high score to 0. And then broadcast new message reset. Now when I receive reset, we will go to -160 and ground level. Then create a new variable named y for the sprite only. Set y to 0. Create another variable named score for all sprites. Set score to 0. And one more variable called game state for all sprites. Now set game state to 0. Now, forever, change y by -1. Then change y by y. Now, switch costume to hitbox, and then if y position is less than ground level, then change y by y times -1. And then set y to 0. Now, if space key pressed, or mouse down, or key up arrow pressed, all of these, then change y by 13. Now, another if, and then game state equals 0, then broadcast new message, start. Now, Also, create another new variable named player speed for all sprites. Set player speed to 8 and set game state to 1. Now, in here, if score is greater than high score, set high score to score. Then, if else game state equal 0, switch costume to idle, else switch costume to move. And then in move, change player speed by 0.01, and then if timer is greater than 0.1, then change score by 1 and also reset timer. Now, create a new sprite named background. Now in code, when I receive reset, then create a new variable named prepare list. Run without screen refresh. Now with this, create a new list called height. Now delete all of height, then repeat 480 times and add 0 to height, or actually add ground level to height. Then click here and then click pen. Now set pen color to a nice gray, dark gray color, something like that. And then set pen size to 2. Erase all. Switch costume to costume 1. Create a new variable named height for this sprite only. And then set height to ground level. Now, in here set player speed to 8, which is the normal speed, and then create a new block named create background. Run without screen refresh. And then set player speed back to 0. And delete this clone. Now, in create background, go to -240, 0, create a new variable called cycle for this sprite only. Set cycle to 0, then repeat length of height, change cycle by 1, then set y to item cycle of height. Item cycle of height. Pen down. and then change X by 1. Then repeat by player speed, and then if pick random 1 to 25 equal 1, then set height to pick random -1 to 1. Duplicate this, pick random 1 to 10, and this time change height by pick random -1 to 1. Now delete 1 of height, and then add height to height, and lastly pen up. Now when I receive start, then forever erase all, and then create background. Now create a new sprite named Danger. In here, draw a cactus-like shape and make the fill a nice, very dark grayish color. Now, create the base of the cactus, then its arms, like this, and then another arm, and now you have a simple cactus. Now place it in the middle, copy pastel it, make sure that it has an outline, place it in the middle, make it go back, and now it has a nice clean outline. And if you want, you can group these parts, make it go back again, and then make the outline the same color as the background by using this tool. And then make the outline size a good size. Name this cactus. Now duplicate cactus, name it double cactus. Now duplicate this, delete the background group, and maybe shift the cactus a bit to make it look slightly less identical. Then duplicate it again, place it about where it is, change it, make it go to back, select one of these, using this, find this color, and then make the outline the same color. Now, to make the cactus go off screen, we will use the box tool, make sure there's no outline and no fill, then make an invisible rectangle like this. Now copy pastel it into the cactus as well. Now in code, when green flag is clicked, hide. Then when I receive start, forever create a clone of myself and wait, pick random 1.5 seconds to 3.0 seconds. Now when I start as a clone, switch or set rotation style to left and right, point in direction, pick random 1 to -1 to 1 times 90. Then go to 480 ground level. Then switch costume to pick random 1 to 2 and show. Then forever, actually repeat until X position is less than -300. Y X position, and then change X by player speed, but before that round player speed times -1. And then lastly delete this clone. Now when I receive reset, delete this clone. Now lastly, for the text, but before, let's test it. As soon as you jump, as you can see, one cactus, all these cactuses will spawn. And now for the death or game over, going back to player, and now going in between switch costume to hitbox, if touching danger, then broadcast new message, game over. Then switch costume to move and stop the script. Then when I receive game over, then make sure to stop other scripts in sprite just in case, and then drag these into background and danger like that. Now back in player, if actually instead duplicate the high score, duplicate the if score is greater than high score, set high score to score, and then set game state to 2. Now if you test it, then touch the cactus, everything will stop. Now back in background, actually now in background, go into costume and then paint a new sprite, costume named button. Now use the box tool, make the fill a nice dark gray color, well slightly lighter. Then create a rectangle and make it a good size. Then use the line tool, make it a good thickness and make the color white. Now press shift and then create something like this, and then create an arrow like this and move it here. And now you just adjust it a bit. Now after you're done with the button, paint another costume named text, and then just use any font you want. I'll use Pixel, and then type in game over and make it a good size. Now, back in here, when I receive game over, stop other scripts and sprite, then switch costume to text, create a clone of myself, then switch costume to button, go to 0, 0, then forever, if else, touching mouse pointer, then for smooth effect, change size by divide, subtract in here, then size, place 3 here, and then 100, which is default size, and then here 120, and then if mouse down, wait until not mouse down, not, and then broadcast, reset. Now, when I start as a clone, go to 0, 50. Now if you test it, then there will be the game over screen, and if you click, then something like that will happen. And to fix this glitch, a simple way is going into player, and then in reset, wait 0 seconds. And now if you test it, then it'll all go smoothly. Now lastly, the score system. Go into the description of this video so it will take you here, then go and see inside, click backpack, and drag text into backpack. Now, going back into this project, click backpack, drag text in here, and now, in text, when I receive, reset, hide, repeat 1, delete this clone, and then forever, create a new block named create text, pause X, input X, label, pause Y, input Y, label, size, input size, label, text, input text, lastly bright, and then label, input, and then input bright. Run without screen refresh. Now, place that in the forever loop, X 220, Y 160, then size 100, text will be score, and also the text. Okay, now brightness will be negative 100. Now, you should already have the digit variable from the text. And now, switch, set size to size, set brightness to bright, go to X, Y, and then set digit to length of text. Now, with this, repeat length of text, switch costume to item digit of text, or letter digit of text. Then create a clone of myself, change X by size times negative 0.14 and change digit by -1. Now, when I start as a clone, show actually, and then if not, game state equal to, then wait 0 seconds and delete this clone. Now, if you test it, as you can see, it will show up. And then if you start, as you can see, it will go up. Now, with this, when the player dies, when I receive game over, then stop other scripts in Sprite, repeat 1, delete this clone, and then duplicate this, place it down here, and lastly, for the text, do a join, and another join. Then do high with a space, high score, a space, and then score. So now if you test it and then die, it will show your high score. And if you reset just to make sure it's accurate, as you can see, it will work. Now you have a Dino-like game in Scratch. Thank you for watching and have a fantastic day.